Hey guys, Adam from Akshon Esports. So this one's for Bishu. Bishu, when you showed up today, you had some of the most high-value bombs we saw. It was just like a Diva Bomb fest on that Junkertown map. Can you tell us a little bit about that, placing your bombs and strategically being able to do that while the enemy Diva was also having that kind of high-value ult?
Well, to be honest, like, I don't know, like today, I think both teams kind of gave the angles for bombs pretty well. I could see it too. Like they were posturing to follow for their Diva Bomb, and like so were we. So like I think both teams ended up getting destroyed. But I think if there was anything different today, I just like literally took every single opportunity I got. Whereas sometimes I like hesitate a little bit and try to go for a better one, but I just like literally took every single angle I got, I guess.
Hey, Tyler of ESPN. This is for Hydration and Sure4. Obviously, Hydration, you're on Team America. Sure4, you're on Team Canada. Can you give me each a reason why your country will be better at the Overwatch World Cup?
This guy sucks.
And they have XQC. Well, Hydration is a Doomfist one trick, and I know that since I played with him the whole time. We actually came in second in the World Cup. It seems their team is also having political infighting. So already our team has more unification. So I think it's pretty obvious. So it's probably going to be like an easy 4-0 against USA in the group stages. I mean, Hydration, like...
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
By the way, he talks more here than he does in actual scrims.
What's up, guys? Josh from Blitz Esports. Like a player and a coach opinion on this. The extended series format that we have, where you play a bunch of best of five spread over the course of a couple of days, something that we don't really see in esports, I don't think ever. How does that change the dynamic as a player, and from the coaching standpoint, do you guys like it? Do you not? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think for Overwatch it's pretty good because there's a lot of things that can just like be really little, and you just win or lose because of it. So the more chances there are matches to be played, the more like closer it can be. But then it also has the flip side where if another team kind of like figured out another team and they're not able to like switch it up fast enough, then they kind of just get like really rolled. Because like I think we had like Spitfire figured out in a way, and that's why we 3-0'd them. And then I think the Spitfire that was today was a lot more confident and had like a game plan against us, and we didn't adapt to it.
Speaking of which, I think I swear this is like, I'm not trying to sound salty because we lost or anything, but I think whoever, like the team whoever wins the first day, I guess has like a disadvantage since like if you figure them out, you have like 2 more series to like really test it out and abuse it. So I think that throws it off a little bit, but like Sure4 said, I think playing more series is really better for Overwatch. Yeah, not salty though.
You still want a coach opinion? Or? Yeah, I think it's weird that you played 2 matches in one day because obviously it's like I think like it's like a format that we've never played 2 matches in one day before for like high stakes, right? Stage playoffs you could argue, but I would argue that those aren't like as important. So I mean, I think that's unfortunate, but it's with scheduling. I think it would make more sense if it were a day split, but I mean, it's not an excuse for losing. It's just like I think this would be more optimal. But yeah. Because like
over 3 days.
Over 3 days, right? Like you don't play 2 NBA games back to back, right? You sometimes do double headers in baseball, but not in playoffs.
Yeah, this is Emerald with Blizzard. So going into match 3, you guys had that map selection thing kick in. So what was the strategy behind choosing the maps that you did?
Ryujehong was one of our better Koth maps, I think. We were just like more familiar on what we wanted to do there. And Oasis, we just weren't like able to execute the comp, and I think we were like a little afraid of their like Brig Widow. Like they were playing like the Brig Widow, Winston Diva, Zen Mercy comp really well, and it would seem to come up a lot. So I think Ryujehong like avoided that more, and we're just like really good on Ryujehong as far as I know. And then King's Row, like Ike just wasn't like a good map for us, whereas I felt like King's Row was a better choice. Just because, like, obviously we won before, but like kind of agnostic of that, that was our better map. And as far as attack defense, do you guys? I just think it's an attacker favorite meta, but we didn't get to choose because we chose the map, so they attacked first, which I think like puts momentum in their favor. It's not like a reason for losing. It's just that's good by them, I think, to go attack on the hybrid map.
This is for everyone. If you can go down the line, I asked Boston yesterday. What's one thing you want to change about Overwatch League going into Season 2? What's one thing, could be locker rooms or whatever, on stage, off stage, but what's one thing you would change about the Overwatch League? If you start with Bijou.
Better computers.
Is that a problem?
Better computers and make it less cold on stage.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't really like. I really like in playoffs. I wish there were like a double elimination bracket. I think it brings more hype to like for these underdog stories. Kind of like you have team that loses, like is favorite, they lose, then they go lower bracket, and then they just win every game from there and go to grand finals. I think it would like really benefit like Overwatch, like the stories like that. I think.
Probably maybe a little bit more break times in between the seasons or the stages, and just make sure the temperature is like always the same on stage.
I think Widow's too strong.
Retweet.
I don't know if necessarily the stages need longer breaks or if it's the way that the meta changes along with the breaks that we have. So I don't know if it's an issue with just meta shifts along with the break, but I know that lengthening that would probably also solve that issue because of the time that you can take off and actually relax. So that would be mine.
No back-to-back games, like one on Friday and like next on Saturday, like at least 1 day break between.
I would like less games in a season, and I would like the meta to change less. Like, if you compare to other sports, like basketball changes like over the courses of like 10, 20 years. But yeah, you have like less big men, more spacing on the floor for 3-point shots and stuff like that. But that occurred over the course of like 10 years. We have the meta drastically change, and we have to refigure out the entire game in 3 weeks, if not like 1 week, 2 week between breaks. And so, like, as a coaching staff, it's, like, the breaks that you do have are already not breaks because you have to figure out that time. So either, like, I think decreasing the season and also, like, decreasing the variance and patch would be very good. And it would create a better spectator system since you're like, oh, this team really likes this comp and they've been running it. Whereas every time you're getting surprised or, like, maybe not getting the highest quality of gameplay. But there's pros and cons to that.
Hi, Chris from the Omnic Post. What's one piece of advice you would give to the Valiant next week against your match?
I don't think they need any advice, really. I think they're going to win the whole Overwatch League. I think they just have a really good team and they just know what they're doing.
I'm not sure what the advice to give, but I feel like the winner of that series will win the Overwatch League.
The soon, just click head slow.
Don't get reverse left.
To agility, stay handsome.
Talking about, playoffs, you're kind of now a little bit of observer. You can see the 4 teams. So, want to go down the line. What's your finals prediction and who's going to win it all?
I mean, who's on the other side? Like, maybe I honestly don't know what's gonna happen between like Philly and New York, but I think like I'm like pretty positive that Valiant's gonna win.
Valiant.
I think Valiant's gonna win, but I have high hopes for Spitfire.
I've already said mine multiple times.
I think Valiant is gonna beat Philly in the finals.
I'm going to go with the same thing. Valiant and Philly in finals with Valiant winning.
Yes.
Valiant, yeah. And then doesn't really matter out of the other series.
Hey, Adam from Action Esports again. Taking it back to World Cup a little bit, Shaz, Big Goose, you guys get to stay teamed up. What are you going to bring from your experience with the Gladiators to your World Cup team?
Oh, sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm going insane.
I'm not really sure. I think comms wise, I guess we bring a lot. I think it's a solid backbone. We can start building things from things like that.
I think every player in the team is just gonna bring like knowledge from like their teams to like their coaching stuff and their systems to the team.
Despite exiting the playoffs earlier than you might have liked, what are the major takeaways from the first season of the Overwatch League, both maybe individually and as a team?
For everyone?
Yeah, anyone who wants to answer, coach or player.
Don't look up at once.
I don't know what to say on that. There's so much. There's so much different stuff that happens in Overwatch League. Sometimes, you need confidence, but then sometimes your confidence gets crushed, and then sometimes your confidence comes back for no reason, and then you think you're good one day, and then you're bad the next day, and then there's some things happening in your team, and you're like, I hate this, and the next day you're like, I like this. So, it's just like a roller coaster, and since the season is so long, it's all just about managing that and hope everyone can stay on the best baseline they can. You all agree with me?
Same.
Everyone's on the same baseline.
A lot of stuff happened.
On that, we'll see you next year, Gladiators.